Hi, this is after the video, but I'm going to do it beforehand. I did not hold it up high enough for people to see. So this is the Joe Barresi version of Holy Diver. So I'm doing this now and I'm putting this before the video because I know that people will say, "Hey, you didn't hold it up. You didn't hold it up. You didn't hold it up." Yeah. So as you watch the rest of this video, I didn't hold it up enough. And then I did show this. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's that back. So yeah, as I'm doing this video for the Joe Barresi mix, I did not hold it up well enough for people to see. Move this chair out of the way. Work in progress, people. Remember, I'm not really great at this stuff. So there it is. Here's those cherubs. You're actually going to go into the video now and be like, what is this? What's he doing? What's he doing? All right, see ya. And welcome to the video. Hey everybody, it is May 26, 2026. It's Joe from the Strange Voyage Files, doing this from a different location. Kind of try to move around the house a little bit, do more from my room. Just got a thing to hold the phone, so I don't know how to do the background. Like usually I do it up in my room and whatnot, and I have a background of the album. I don't know how to do that with this, and I'll never figure it out, but it is what it is. And I was like, well, okay, I want to start doing this. What do I want to do? What do I want to review? And guess what came in the mail today? The Holy Diver, the Joe Barresi version. And now I did do this a while back. I have it right here. And this is part of this, and I talked about it. But I did listen to this again. And I mean, it's a cleaner mix for sure. You know, the first one came out in '83, so it is, it is what it is. But I don't know. Maybe it's because Ronnie's gone. I don't think this album needed to be remixed. There are albums that absolutely out there need to be remixed. In my opinion, Born Again is one of them. I am so looking forward to that remix. There's a lot of people that say it's great as it is. I'm not one of them. I'm really hoping that when I do hear the new mix on Born Again, which Tony is supposed to be working on, and I have a feeling that I'm hoping that may be our next box set. So that could come out, because at one time I thought he said it was coming out this year. So either this year or next year. But that album definitely needs a remix. You know, I mean, remixing this album is like remixing Diary of a Madman. Remixing Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Now again, on the box set, yeah, there's a remix. I always gravitate towards the originals. And it is the new thing to do the remix of these albums. I'll listen to them for the novelty. And this is good. It's not that this doesn't sound, this sounds bad. This is a good mix. But especially since we don't have Ronnie anymore, I don't know if Ronnie would have wanted this remixed. And I don't like the new art. I just don't. Yeah, you see Murray's got some teeth in this one. This just... I don't think that this... There may be again, for the novelty, I wouldn't be surprised if Ronnie would have remixed this to put in a super deluxe edition. Ronnie was very protective of his music. And of course Wendy's going to say, no, he would have loved it. He would have loved it. He would have loved it. Maybe? I don't know. Again, this is good. This sounds good. Don't get me wrong. And it's weird because it's only 3 sides. The 4th side, I don't even know if it will show up on camera. It's kind of interesting. There's the fourth side, and it's just black vinyl. It's can you see that? It's got the Dio logo and it's got Murray on it. So there is no side 4. I don't know if you guys can make that out. I mean, this is the way of the world. And again, I got this because because I don't know. I'm really grasping onto anything that I can of Ronnie. You know, he was just so phenomenal. He was just, I mean, you can almost call this the Dio channel at times. A great album. Again, never been my favorite Dio album, which I know to a lot of people is sacrilege, but still, I mean, top 5 without a doubt. It is a good mix. I'm not going to sit here and blast this by any means. And maybe what's making this stick out is with the, you know, why it's different to me versus a Sabotage box set, a Technical XC box set. Because the remix is part of the box set. What are you going to buy as a standalone album is going to be the remaster, you know, where they just kind of pump everything up, make it a little louder, maybe a little clearer. But the remix album usually is not the standalone album. And this is kind of what we're, I don't know if taking over is the right phrase, the right word, but I feel this is what's going to be more available as time goes on over the original one. And I don't like that. Not going to lie. It's not taking bass and drums out, but it does kind of, that being the case, that this may be what we're able to buy, reminds me of the disastrous, disgusting re-recording of Blizzard and Diary that the Greedy Troll did to continue to take the royalties away from Bob and Lee. Does it sound great again? Yes, it does. It sounds fabulous. These songs sound great. It's got Evil Eyes, the B-side version. And I always preferred this is a great mix. I always prefer the Last in Line version anyway. But, you know, it's on the 180 vinyl. 2 records, so it's, you know, clear. Yeah, it doesn't feel like Ronnie to me. It just doesn't feel like Ronnie. I may start feeling the same way, you know, whenever we of course we've lost Ozzy, but how much input did Ozzy have on the Black Sabbath box sets? Really, I mean, truthfully, probably none. Who even knows if he had them? Tony Iommi is probably, you know, he's the guy that's going to have the input on the Black Sabbath box sets. So at least for me, kind of knowing Tony's still around and giving his stamp of approval on these things, again, it's a fun novelty. It's fun. How often do I listen to? You know, how often do, well, you can't listen on camera. How often do I pull those out and say, I want to listen to the Paranoid remix? Paranoid have a remix? I think they all do. Pretty sure they all do. I can't think of the that's why I don't even know if I haven't heard it since it actually came out. So let me know what you think. Do you have this Joe Barresi version? What do you think? What do you think about the whole whole thing overall? The you have these little cherubs making out and whatnot on the back. That was never part of it. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Right, there were no cherubs, right? Yep. So I go crazier. Let's pull out the. Yeah, no, there's no cherubs on that. Absolutely no cherubs on that. Real quick, I do want to show this. This is kind of fun. As you can see in the background, one of these things. That is a Dio. So this thing, put this out of the way. This was fun. This was really cheap. So this was the Dream Evil lineup. Okay. And it was pretty super cheap because it's to Brian. And anybody who knew, well, autographs are worth less if they're personalized. I don't care, because I just wanted Ronnie's signature, and you know I've collected a lot, and it's racked up a couple dollars, and I found that, and it's got the certification. You know, it's certified and everything is real. And if you know about Ronnie would sign for anybody. He was the best when it came to fans. I don't care that the whole band decided to Brian, because I have everybody's autograph in that thing, and I'll tell you that was absolutely less than when I was finding just Ronnie by himself. I don't care that it says to Brian. Yeah, above it, Jimmy Carter. Why do I have that one? Not really a reflection of politics or anything. Jimmy Carter's the first president I remember. And as a kid, you know, like being young. Also, my cousin did Habitat for Humanity, and he said, I don't care. My cousin, very Republican. And he said, there was no politics with that man. He was he was just, he was the great guy. And I don't know if you can see that way. I think you can, Jackie Gleason. I'm going to redo, two different companies. One company has a signing for Bill Ward, and then one has Bill and Geezer, but you can also do them together. So I have two more coming. Then I'll redo my autographs. I'll do a video of my autographs. My buddy, who's a Chicago cop, did security at a convention like 3 years ago, like a year before Ace died, 2 or 3 years ago, and got me an Ace autograph, and I got to get it from him. He's been hanging on to it. So I got to get that. And yeah. All right, well, let me know what you think. What do you think about the Holy Diver remix? What do you think about the new artwork? And what do you think about the remixes in general? Because again, I feel and I fear after we're gone, that may be the album that's available for future generations. Hope could be wrong. Hope I'm wrong, but you never know. All right, well, so this is one of the areas I'll be doing this stuff at. You saw Rainey and I moved the couch, and we were in front of the DVDs and CDs, which, you know, this collection, it's funny because this collection is nothing compared to other people's collections. It's absolutely nothing. Remember, I did sell my CDs years ago, and this is a rebuying of that. I had a few thousand CDs. It was crazy. So, yeah, this pales in comparison to many others. So, all right, like, subscribe, and I will see you. And I got a little remote, too. This is kind of cool. Whatever. Got my stand and my remote. And, all right, later.